Good morning, Wake Up New Zealand. My name's Carol Sakey. I'm producing another Wake Up New Zealand video, and this time it's about a historical moment with the UN, another one of their conferences on the UN Rio+20 Sustainable Development Conference. This was held in Rio de Janeiro, and it was all about the green environment. At the conference was James Lovelock, who's a scientist and environmentalist, and he warned that the green religion was actually taking over the Christian religion. Well, it's rather a strange statement to make, but maybe if you look at it, that people have lost their faith in Christianity, so they have turned to their own personal agendas, political and otherwise, to replace that. So maybe they've replaced it with Marxism, socialism, communism, you know, all those isms. And of course, environmentalism. The real agenda of UN Rio+20 Summit was to be an international platform to advance agendas, visions around sustainability. It really meant little or nothing because everyone's vision at that summit was quite different. So who was running the UN Rio+20 Summit? Well, it was a Chinese leader by the name of Sakey.THE. I don't know whether I've said that right, but get my drift. He spent decades actually supporting the Chinese communist regime of murdering and slaughtering masses and masses of people, innocent people in China. And he actually supports having all these thousands and thousands of political prisoners behind bars. So not a good person, but then is any surprise when we have Saudi Arabia up there as a leader making international laws around how the human rights declarations should be made when you look at Saudi Arabia. Here they are slaughtering, beheading people. Is nothing new, really, is it? It's in the news all the time, particularly at the moment. So so this is the guy who believes in mass genocide from communist China, who is running this UN conference. The true agenda of the conference was working towards a balanced and inclusive green economy. So it was about a green one world order. So what does that mean? That means that every government, regional, national, subnational, local, are subservient to the UN. It's a transition towards the green economy, and it's costing trillions of dollars, and it will definitely affect your pocket. The UN dictatorship wants to direct every aspect of human life globally, and I kid you not. And they're well on the way to doing that. And that means lifestyles, behaviours, opinions, health, consumption, production, agriculture, taxation, industry, and etc., 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 and governance, of course. They want to reshape, conform every country to UN standards. And they said at this conference that the Chinese Communist government were a great example to follow. I asked you people. So what they're looking at is global public policies, consumption, investments, economic activities, new education programs to teach humanity, a shift to the way the global masses collectively think and act. And, surprise, surprise, the UN have stated they need vast new powers, as if they haven't got enough already. They're talking about global currency, like global digital money, run by the International Monetary Fund. Go to the International Monetary Fund website and you'll find it all there. This isn't science fiction, because various banks around the world are seriously considering these ideas, including ones in Canada, China, Sweden and Uruguay. Who knows, perhaps New Zealand banks. I know city banks are already making plans. So they are embracing this change and new thinking. So I encourage you to go to the IMF website. So also discussed at this Rio UN conference was what they called the One Planet. The UN is the voice of the people of the one planet. They talked about marketing this by different gimmicks, about redistributing wealth and other ways, deception, a way of using deception. They stated that humanity is the enemy. Okay, so they say that there's too many people consuming too many resources, that everyone should submit to the UN demands. If you submit to the UN demands, they say, it will save the world. And you know what? Countries are falling for this. New Zealand is going right along with it. So what the UN demands and directs for the masses is to become much poorer, so that they can become more sustainable. So there's no sustenance in sustainability. They want control over you and your family and everyone else, and they want to make you much poorer than you are now, and they want the middle class income earner to actually fall very quickly to be on the poor list. So I'd like to conclude that the UN states that the world is doomed unless everyone around the world submits to the UN. Not in the future, immediately, right now. Now we talk about white supremacy. Oh my God, this is global supremacy. It's a dictatorship. It's a way of imprisoning the masses around the world behind the socialist, communist bars of fear. The UN global government ruling the world by fear. People, I encourage you to go to the UN website, the IMF official website. Check this out for yourself. Check it out about the global digital money, about how they are trying to change education, to brainwash all your children, to brainwash citizens around the world by the use of the big tool that's often used in abusive relationships is now being used globally around the world. Please, people, check it out for yourselves. Thank you.